And it's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I think we should move it. If we move it, I don't like to move things after Thanksgiving, because after Thanksgiving you're going to get bombarded. Trust me on that. You're going to have everything showing up at the end of right before after Thanksgiving, and you'll be inundated with stuff. And plus there's a slowdown of mental thought going between Thanksgiving and the end of the semester, because you have 1 week of classes, and then right after that you have finals.
After Thanksgiving?
So it's like, you know, they've got the break for Thanksgiving, they ate a lot of turkey, they come back and they're like, nobody's into it anymore. So I recommend we have it the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, the week before, which is next week.
Yeah, we could do that.
I know, but think about it. This sounds worse to me. We can move it to Wednesday the week before, or even Monday of the week of Thanksgiving. You want the Monday the week of Thanksgiving?
No, I'd rather just do the Wednesday.
Do it next Wednesday. How about
Realize,
quiz this Wednesday?
huh? Well, no, that's what I was going to suggest. No quiz this Wednesday. And then we just take the test. But most of the tests you've already had before. And I can make you a deal that I'll pull stuff off the old exams. So there'll be stuff off the old exams on there. So you can go back to your old exams and study the material. And whatever new stuff is on there, I'll tell you precisely what's going to be on there. Well, you always have a template. But that way you're just feeding forward what you already have learned and putting together just a little bit of new material. The new material is not hard because we've gone backwards. So the new material is easier than what we started out with. So I actually think it's doable. And that week before Thanksgiving, that Monday, you're going to get slammed. Everybody thinks it's like the week to get everything done and cram everything in. So I think that you're going to have papers due on that Monday. You're going to have, that's just my opinion. Do you want to take a vote? You actually have some input into this class. So why don't we take a vote? How many people want it next Wednesday? So? Huh? The Monday after that. That's the Monday of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no quiz on Wednesday, right?
No quiz on Wednesday.
So yeah, why not do that?
Yeah, you won't have a quiz on Wednesday.
Yeah,
Let's go show of hands again. How many want it for next Wednesday? All right, we're done. Okay, so what I'll do from now on, so we'll have the exam next Wednesday, third exam. It's comprehensive, so I'll pull off every problem on it from previous exams except for maybe one new question, right? So that'll be it. And then every other Wednesday from now on, we'll just have sign-in sheets for our quizzes so that you won't have anything more from me until the final. And the final is almost a repeat of your exam 3, right? Because everything's on there already. So for me, you're not going to get the pressure because we did this reverse order. I told you at the end of the semester it's going to be more pleasant. I wouldn't go as far as to say it is pleasant. It's more pleasant than it was at the beginning.
When are we going to get our last exam?
I just got in 5 o'clock in the morning and saw them. So it's going to be Wednesday.
So if we take the test next week, we learn new stuff the week of Thanksgiving, and then new stuff the week after, and then finals.
Well, we don't really, right? You're on lines now. Is it really new stuff? Y equals mx plus b? I told you it'll be nice at the end. You guys were looking at me with horror when I started out with cosines and sines, but right now we're coasting. So, nice, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Are we doing a test back?
I got them at 5 o'clock in the morning. Right. Yeah, right. I have to take them back with me. So you get them Wednesday. So I'm going to show you the new stuff. The questions might be worded differently, but I don't think that it's hard. And remember, I'm going to write with my pen so that you can actually take notes. That's weird. What I see is not what you see. Okay, so this is straight off the Webassign. I posted the Webassign. As I can see it, these questions are super easy compared to what we've done this semester. And I think I actually could finish all of what you needed to know for the third exam and even the final in just the next 2 days, in the next 2 periods. So here they have a function. You've already seen worse than this. They just want you to get the y values in this table. So what they want you to do is they want you to take the y equals square root of 16 minus x squared, and they want you to put that -4 in for the x. The only issue I can see here is what you type into your calculator. So I'm not quite sure what it looks like on your calculator. What you should get is something like this. I don't know, when you type a square root button, what happens on your calculator? Do you see a radical? Or do you see, yeah, you see a radical? Okay, so on your calculator, you type the square root button, you see a radical. You do 16, and you, just to be safe, put a parenthesis. So this is what you should type on your calculator. Minus, and then on your calculator, put a parenthesis around the -4, and then caret 2 for the square, and then put a parenthesis on this end. What do you get? 0. So that's basically it. You go through each one of these numbers and you punch in the values for y, and I'm going to cheat and use Excel. So I got -4, -3.2, -0.4, 0.4, and 0.04, and then 3.2 and 4. I didn't like it. What did I do wrong? I'll do it to the 1/2 power. So here's what I get. I get 2.4 goes here. I get 3.99, which must be 4. I bet you 4 goes here, 4 goes here, 2.4 goes here, and 0 goes here. Seems really easy. Takes you 2 seconds to do it. Make sure you're typing things correctly on the calculator, because learning how to use your calculator is all about just playing around with the calculator. These seem so easy. Or other weird box that was cut up and then you had to make a lid out of it. This is easy. They have a box. It's got a square base. So I'm going to make the base of the box. I'm going to draw it. I wonder how I can change the ink color. So here's my box. It's got a side of A. And it's telling you that the height of this box, I'm going to try to make my 3-dimensional thing. So the height of this box is 5 times higher than its wide. So the height is equal to 5 times wider than the side. And they want the volume. Volume is length times width times height. They said it's a square base. The height is x. So volume is length times width times height, which is equal to A times 5A, or 5A cubed, because there's 3 A's together. Totally easy. I'm not insulting anybody by saying this is easy. This is easy compared to what we've been doing. I'm very happy. I'm just as burnt out as you guys. I'm tired. 5A cubed.
You leave it just like that?
Yep. Oh, you mean like leave it like this?
5A cubed?
Yeah, you want the A times A times A is A cubed, right? Because you're multiplying A 3 times, and then the 5 comes on. This is how we write it. Yep, that's all. You can't do anything more with it. They don't want you to. The way these were designed was that the first sections were trying to prepare you for the last sections. But what really happens is if I'd gone this route, you would have been at the beginning of the semester thinking this is really easy, and right at the end of the semester we'd be starting trig. We actually wouldn't be starting trig till next week if we'd done it in the reverse other order. Painful. Okay, last one that I'm going to do, and then I'm going to stop the video and let it record. So domain and range. I know that you talk about domain and range quite a bit in your Math 100 course, or you've seen it before. But in terms of your calculator, domain and range are just the X windows and the Y windows. That's what it is. So think about it in the terms of the X window, Y window on your calculator, and look at this picture. What is the X window? X min, X max. That's right, -3 to 3. Domain, -3 to 3. That's what it is. -3 to 3. What's the Y range of this? That's the Y window. I mean, the Y window is this, but if you wanted to make sure you caught only the graph, what would the Y ranges be? -4 to 3. Yeah, range is Y window, and domain is X window. Well, that black doesn't look good in black. It's not really the Y window, because you can make your Y window bigger. You want to see the graph though. So what's the minimum range of Y window so you can hit your graph? And the answer is -4 to 3. Y minus. Say it again.
Can you put 3 to -4, or does that have to
No, the minimum number comes first and the maximum number comes second. Exactly the way it is on your calculator too, right? The minimum number comes first and the maximum number comes second. We were talking about the calculator in the department, and I thought, this is the first year that I've sat down with the department and they've said, yes, we need to use the calculator. And I thought of how much you can learn. How many of you have heard of domain and range prior to seeing it here? How many of you it makes clear sense? This time you see it. Makes clear sense now, right? You have this weird thing about domain and range and what they are, but that's what they are. There's the windows of the calculator. How do you resize them so you can see the graph? That's really what it is. Okay, so let's save this.